Hey Shooby Doodlers, how are you doing? I've had the most awful cough and cold this week, but I'm battling along. And wow, I've had a parcel thingy from Staedtler. Ta-da! I don't know if you remember last week I was drawing the heart in pencil, and I was saying how I was using these pencils, and that you could get this really black one, which was an 8B. And it has carbon in it. I really like using it when I'm drawing on a big flip chart with kids in schools and things like that, because it's really black, but it's pencil and you've got that kind of nice feel to it. But I wore my pencil out, so I ordered a whole box of 12 new ones, and they weren't the black carbon ones. So what happened? I got onto Twitter and I said, hey, Staedtler, what's going on? And they went, oh, yeah, we changed all that. So the pencils with the carbon in them, which give you that really dense black, they've put into a new set called Mars Lumograph Black. So I said, I don't suppose you could send me some and I'll make a little video about them. And they went, oh, yeah, okay. And they've just arrived. So that's the power of YouTube, isn't it? That's wonderful. Thank you, Staedtler. So here we are. I'm just opening them up. Well, this is the classic Mars Lumograph here. This is a mishmash of a set. But you can see here, particularly with, like, look at the 7B here. And you can just see it's much darker than the others. So all the other pencils are lead. So this 7B is like the old style one, which has got some carbon in it. You can see it's not quite so shiny or metallic as the graphite leads are. So what they've done is they've taken those graphite leads out of this and they put them in these kind of Darth Vader sets. So it's the Staedtler Mars Lumograph Black series, and here we are with these really nice. So they've got this really nice kind of tactile, smooth, almost vinyl kind of finish to it, so I suppose you'd say. And so we have an 8B and a 6B, two 4Bs and two 2Bs. And one thing that you will notice here on the 8B is that it's a really thick kind of lead in there, but it's not lead, is it? It's it's got a lot of carbon in it, and these do feel very different. So I have been playing with them today. And so the 2B is, what shall I draw? Now, I'll draw stuff real easy this week. I did a little Chinese crested dog. So, so I'm drawing his eyeballs here, like that. And so they're different to pencils. Okay, and they're not charcoal. So they do have a kind of a texture all their own. And now I'm going to try a bit of straight 8B in there to get some real darkness in there for that eyeball in the middle. So and then we're going to want to have a nose here. Would be something like that. Have nostrils, a little line down the middle. That's going to sort of come out like that. And then, see, we can get kind of really dark shades going on in here. So we want a little bit of, what's it there? We want a bit of highlight there for the shiny nose. We want to have a nice, healthy, shiny, cold nose. But then I can bring this up a bit with the 8B and really sort of lay some carbon down there to make that much darker. And it's just kind of adding to it as I'm going along, really. Would you like me to zoom in a bit? Probably, yes. So, and then the mouth is coming down, so I'm back to the 2B here. So the mouth is sort of coming around like that, and we'll be going off there in a little kind of mutt. And then it's all about these hairs. Eyebrowy hair, kind of hairs, which go a little bit mad, and that's the kind of the madness of the Chinese crested dog. I got something underneath there. There we go. Oh, we need to refocus, don't we? There we are. So this is in the 2B, and what can I do with this? I can draw very, very gently with it and get a very gentle line. So one thing I'm thinking about is, so if I'm kind of penciling out and working out what I'm going to do, if I make a mistake, can I erase it? And, well, I can, but not like lead does. And I was drawing very, very gently there. So this is different. Now if I go back to the 8B, I can draw very, very gently here. And then I can press harder if I want and get that. That's gone all wobbly now, so it isn't quite what I want, is it? Because I want these nice smooth lines. I wasn't really thinking about that. I'm just kind of mucking about, really, trying things out. So I'm going to want to have some sort of shading at some point there. We're going to want some shading in there. So I can get a sort of a graduated shade by kind of pressing really hard there, and then just very, very gently kind of hardly touch the paper, so you can get that graded shade. You can also blend it, but it's not quite as satisfactory as blending graphite, I don't think. It doesn't really blend that well. But I think what you might find is that you could, now I've gone back to graphite, so if I was to put some graphite in there and then blend that, if you wanted to do blending, that is, and then you can add some carbon on the top to kind of get that really dark bit in there as well. But I think you just have to practice and try lots of things like that. This is hideous, this line out here, isn't it? So what have we got? So we want this little line coming down here, and that's sort of going to come out there, and we want to kind of get these eyebrowy kind of hairs, and then these extraordinary great big ears that it has like that. And I think one thing it is good for, let me try a 4B as well. So one thing these pencils are really good for is drawing, but with cross hatching as well. So this is something you quite often do with a pen, but sometimes you'll see pencil drawings done with cross hatching, and these kind of just work really, really nicely. So to me, they're kind of feeling almost sort of halfway between a pen and a pencil. So you've got this kind of darker thing going on than you'd have with a pencil, and a more definite thing than with a pencil. I think a pencil is a bit more sketchy, isn't it? So we could kind of put that in there like that. And we're going to want some little kind of spots around there, aren't we? Like that. And yeah, so it's sort of a question of playing with it, thing, which is always the thing when you get a new toy to play with. And I think you should think of it like that. Oh, I got a new toy, I want to play, and have fun with it, and not be scared, and just, if you're going to make mistakes, it doesn't matter. You just play, and suddenly you do one thing and think, whoa, that was good. How do I do that? And you kind of rehearse it, and suddenly these kind of little movements and techniques that you build up, they become yours, and they become your kind of little, like an alphabet, which you kind of put together, and like a handwriting, really. So it all sort of comes together to become your style. So we got that cross hatching there, but I think we really need to have more
kind of curls in there really to give us the feeling of this hair going in places. And these different, so this is the 4, I'm finding these different levels. The 2 is kind of quite, I suppose it's a bit more pencily in a way, and so it's, yeah, you can keep a sort of a finer line with that. So we can put a little collar in there. So have I got reference material in front of me? No, I haven't. I'm just doodling out of my head, but I can do that because I did have reference material when I did this on Draw Stuff Really. Look, click up here, you'll find the link. When I did it on Draw Stuff Really Easy, I looked at lots of pictures of a crested dog because I haven't got one to hand, and so I looked at lots of pictures and kind of worked out how to draw sort of a generic crested dog, and I suppose this is kind of stuck in my memory from that. So it's not really going to be a crested dog, but I think it's going to be some kind of an old hippie dog, really. Maybe that's how I should call it on my YouTube headline. What do you call it? The thing, the title. You can see my poor brain has suffered from this cough and cold this week. It's really beaten it out of me. So yeah, I'm kind of really liking this, and I think I need to kind of play with it. I'm really quite liking this sort of cross-hatchingness. I think that's kind of something that's attracting me to it. So I could bring that in there, but look, like if I really press here, then you can really get these dark shadows in there. And it's matte as well, so it's not, quite often you get with a graphite you're going to really have, you know, an 8B in graphite or something like that, and you start pressing to get it really dark, and it gets shiny, and it kind of, you get the reflection of the light, so you never quite really get that darkness that you really want. And this really does get that darkness. Yes. And so I think I'm going to call this hippie dog. I think this nose needs a bit of attention. So yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. I think I kind of made a dodgy line there. I think that's one thing you're going to have trouble with, because you can't sort of erase too well. I don't think. No, it's not. It's not going to erase like graphite. So you probably need to really think, be a bit more definite. You know, it's like the carpenters say, you sort of measure twice and cut once. So you need to really think about your drawing before you make your mark, because once you've done it, it's done. So it's a very much more definite, pen-like drawing, really. Oh, this hair is terrible, isn't it? I don't think. Not happy with that at all. Mind you, I hate drawing hair anyway. I think most people do. So there we go. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm rather pleased. So thank you, Staedtler. I'll be using these over the next few weeks and exploring their possibilities. And I think particularly the cross-hatching thing I really rather like about this. So you're getting that kind of pen kind of cross-hatching, but with that sort of subtle texture that you're getting from the paper and the interaction of texture and paper and carbon and stuff. And so we'll see how we go with that. Yeah, I will put Amazon links and everything down below if you want to get a set yourself. Do. And of course I'll get a little something for it, but you won't get to pay anything extra if you follow the links. So and that goes with all the links down below, and it really helps keep the channel going. So if you do buy stuff on Amazon from my links, thank you very, very much.
Thanks for watching, and you can support this channel and get so much more on my Patreon page. Click to find out more. Make sure you are subscribed to the Shoo Rayner Drawing channel on YouTube, and in the meantime, keep drawing, 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 practice, 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 and I'll see you next time. You take care now, bye bye.